Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Please pay attention to the following announcement from your streaming host. International streaming rules and regulations require me to provide the following information. I am on the Xbox Series S. I have the deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We will be flying the F-16 Delta from, I know I said the other day, Randolph, but we are going from Lackland Air Force Base to Edwards Air Force Base. I am not taking requests for flights or for me to fly particular aircraft. I fly the sim the way I want to. My schedule is created well in advance, meaning that I spend time finding interesting places to fly as well as fly in aircraft that I am confident will work in the sim. My streaming schedule is subject to change based on my own real life schedule. Thank you for your attention. Oh, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are vintage aviation flights. Tuesdays are jetliner, regional jet, and regional prop flights. Thursday are military aviation flights like today. Saturdays are flights featuring the P-38 Lightning called Lightning Saturday. And Sundays we have scenic flights. Any other information can be found in the description area below the video. Thank you for your attention. Let's go in here and get things started up so we can get in the air and be on our way. It might be a very quiet stream. We are only streaming on Twitch today. I will download this later and put it as a premiere on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube after it is uploaded, thank you for watching. Thank you for your thumbs up. Appreciate it. All right. Get that open. That locked. That. I gotta get the gas up. There we go. There's that. We want all right, engines all started up. Hello, Mr. Addies. Welcome. Let's get our lights on. And let's go taxi. Not today, Joseph. That was part. With everything going on over there, I decided we're just gonna stream here on Twitch for today, maybe tomorrow as well, just to kind of let things calm down. I was hoping, it's just I kind of feel like if things get out of control here, Twitch takes it a little bit more seriously than YouTube's been taking this targeted harassment. So hopefully we have a nice quiet flight here. Once we're in the air, we will talk about... Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just I didn't want to have a third day of people coming in acting up in the chat and all that, so I'm hoping here at least it'll be we'll have reasonable viewers and all that. So yeah, once we're in the air on our way to our destination, we will talk about the Top Gun stuff that was released yesterday. Yeah, I was going around Randolph, and it just seemed like there was the taxiways. Some of them were a little suspect, so I just decided to move out in the park until I have to go in Job Center. Okay, fair enough, Joseph. Plus, I think the video over here on Twitch is a lot better, and I think it'll be better that we're only streaming on one place and not going through Aircast, because it seems like everything kind of just bogs down. So we'll just try it on Twitch for today and see how that goes. We may do that for a few days just to kind of let things kind of calm down. But it will be posted on YouTube, so if you want to watch it again later on, Joseph, you can. It'll be a premiere. So as soon as we wrap this up, I'll download it and get it going on Twitch. I mean on YouTube. Why would I shoot you, Joseph? There's no weapons here. Those are all just fuel tanks.
for takeoff runway 16 hold on, Delta 148.
Okay. We should be all set. Let me just make sure. Okay. There you go. All right, let's go. No crusty salute to Lackland Air Force Base. Thank you for hosting our Minnesota Air National Guard F-16. And away we go. That's the great thing about the F-16. It does have a fantastic view all around. Cruising along. Only going up to about 38,000 feet today. No, there we go. Yeah, this isn't too difficult of an aircraft to get started up. It seems like it would be. A little bumpy air there. Pop back outside here in a moment. Ooh, doggone it. What did I do that for? We're still on track. Morning, Mick. How are you, sir? Well, we were on track. I goofed it up, didn't I? Yep, I sure did. Sure did. Alright, we're getting back on track. 200. Alright, now I think we can. It seems like there's a heat thing from here. It's not showing. Weird. There we go. I think that's a good shot. So, for those of you who are not aware, in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, you can put the weight on, like the weapons are there, but they will not show. Microsoft Flight Simulator has made, or Microsoft has made it clear that that is not what they want the sim to be about. If you want to play air combat, DCS is the quote-unquote weapon of choice. So there is the Gatling gun that is on the oh, that's right. We're going to go to 380. Oh, I need to change this to standard. Bit of a sniffle. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were starting to. You're getting whatever Jody's got. Sounds like something going around. Got a bit of a headwind, it looks like. Ooh. Yeah. Just gonna. So, the Top Gun expansion came out yesterday. And I did do there is a carrier landing challenge. I nailed it on the first try, although I only got a C because I forgot to put the throttles all the way forward. Once, I think it's either just as you catch the wire or just before you catch the wire. Just in case something happens, if your tail hook misses the wire, then you can go back around. It's a little bit difficult, not gonna lie. Other people, they've nailed it, no issue. A lot of people are posting pictures of getting an A. I'm happy with my C. But there was no, so other than you get some you get a landing challenge, you get a thing where there's the super secret plane that Maverick flies. There's a scene in the trailers that you see him fly over a desert sort of setting, and low level, and he buzzes everybody, and the roof of the little building pops up or whatever as he takes off. There is a challenge with that. I looked at it. It's so you take off, you get to 30,000, you nose down, get to Mach 1, and then once you reach Mach 3, you start climbing up, and you go up to about 150,000 feet. And then the premise is that you can go from China Lake in southern part of California, and you can get to the long airstrip there at Kennedy Space Center in 35 minutes. that you can make it across, because it goes up to Mach 10. Or thereabouts. So that came with it. You get the Top Gun, the Maverick sort of livery for the F-18. Nothing's really significantly improved on the F-18. When I look at this and I think about the F-18 experience, it's like night and day. I guess they're going to be improving the F-18 as time goes on, maybe. I don't know. It's, sad that we're stuck with only a handful of liveries and that's it. There's that one, and then the very bland looking one that came with the F-18 when it was released as part of the Game of the Year edition. Once we get up to our cruising altitude, I'm going to hop over to Mach, unless it does it automatically. It should, but it may not. So yeah, I mean, the premise is pretty cool, but it probably briefed well on paper when they decided to do all this, but the result is a little lackluster in my opinion. But I mean, I know it's marketing the new Top Gun movie that's supposed to be coming out in theaters here. I would guess this weekend or very soon. You have to download it. If you start up the sim, Mick, go into the marketplace, and you should be able. You click on that, download it, and it'll download for you. I think for the PC it should work that way as well. At least that's what I would think. I don't know. I would think that's how it should work, but. We're flying just under Mach 1. Yeah, it's kind of like you get even the Maverick one. It's kind of the livery for it. It's kind of it's got Captain Pete Mitchell Maverick underneath his name, but it's it's kind of cheesy. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cheesy. But I'll give them props for doing something different and trying, and of course they've gotten the approval to do all this from Paramount, and Paramount, of course, is happy. Anything that they can do to market the new movie, of course, they're going to do it. That just makes sense. All right, we are still on our way to our first nav point, 162 nautical miles. So we're just cruising along here. Writing checks our egos are writing checks our bodies can't cash and all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean it's just kind of cheesy, but it's what do you expect for free? The carrier landing challenge is not easy though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised I made it the first time. I was coming in a little low, and I thought for sure I was gonna hit the fantail of the carrier. But I made it over, and I hit the deck and snagged the wire and stopped. So what can I say? I was like, oh, I must have gotten a D. Nope, I was successful. I got my C. I did C work, and I got my grade. So, but it's you know, it's kind of fun. But the F-14 is supposed to be, I think now that the Top Gun thing is out, the F-14 will be at least able to land on the carrier now. The whole takeoff thing is still, I think, in the works. Weird. Little buffeting here and there. But yeah, I saw it. I forgot that it was coming out yesterday. I was tinking around on the farm trying to figure some stuff out, and yeah. So there we go. So then I saw that, and so once I got done goofing around on the farm, I downloaded it, and I was like, you know, let me just try this landing challenge real quick. Got my C, and I was like, good enough for me. I'll take that grade. I'm not going to resubmit it for a new grade. I thought about trying it again, but I'm like, no, I think I'm happy with that. Little other buttons we can mess with here while we're cruising along. But there's some other stuff that, you know, it's supposed to kind of replicate the feel of the movie, the flying through valleys and the zigzagging and, you know, that kind of stuff, and flying over the hills and going inverted, and, you know. But it's I think it's mainly to draw people to the theater. That's all. Which makes sense. It's a movie it should have been released a long time ago, and this has been delayed and delayed and delayed. I thought for sure at one point they were just gonna put it like on Paramount Plus. They were just gonna, you know, you would have to buy it through Paramount Plus only for starters, you know. Air conditioner? We don't need no sleep conditioner. Earlier, my pilot didn't have his mask on. Let's see if... Yep. And we are fully masked up. sucking down that oxygen as fast as we can. I think this is supposed to be the part where the refueling boom would go. Ooh, that's cool. You can just sit right here and watch for a minute. While we do that, as a matter of fact, while you enjoy this view from the left wing area, kinda, I am going to be right back. I'm going to take a quick break. Alright, I'm back. So out of Duluth, Minnesota, that's the 148th Fighter Wing. We're on our way to Edwards for some air-to-air combat training and some low-level bombing training, you know, the usual stuff. We stopped off in Texas, in San Antonio, for some of that famous San Antonio part. Some Shiner Bock beer. I've not tried Shiner Bock. It is brewed there in Texas, in the town of Shiner, Texas. It is quite delicious. We're quite fond. I never knew about Shiner Bock until I was in school from a medic over in San Antonio. And that became my dear choice for the entire time I was down. There was a restaurant called Joe's Crab Shack. Me and a peer of mine would go to Joe's Crab Shack once we were released for the day, and we would go have dinner there, have a couple Shiner Bocks, have some seafood, watch. They had, you know, sports TV and all that kind of stuff going on. Alright, we're almost to our first nav point. Then it's going to be a quick turn to our next one, and then I think we have another chunk. But we're doing pretty good. Just sipping gas. We can't, there is a switch I can throw right there that will add fuel if we need it. We can top off a bit if we need to. I think we've got enough gas to get us there. So we are near New Mexico, if we're talking to Albuquerque. Or at least in Albuquerque's airspace. Yeah, Mick, I think you'll be really that experimental, they call it the Dark Star. It's this experimental aircraft. It is really neat to look at. There's only one seat, and the way that it's set up is very, it's kind of strange at first. It's not very difficult to start up, but it's not one of those things where I think I could throw it into like a flight plan sort of thing. It just, I don't know. I tried this, messing with it to see if I could get it to go, I think the difficult part is, just like right now, we can't go Mach 1, even though it appears we're over basically uninhabited. Well, there's some kind of habitable area down there, possibly. But you're not supposed to go break the sound barrier over inhabited areas. You like major cities, unincorporated towns and whatnot. But I couldn't get it to go to Mach 1 so that I could try to get up to just climb myself and just, kind of tinker with it, so. But it's a really neat aircraft, no doubt about it. But maybe for one of the military Thursdays, we'll give that challenge a shot. See how we do. See if we can get up to 140,000 feet, cruise along at Mach 9, and make our way into Florida. So Lackland is one of I think it's the Air Force basic training site. And then the Air Force folks now, Air Force and Navy, the Air Force medics and Navy corpsmen all go to school there. I still call it Fort Sam. It's now called Joint Base San Antonio, which I think is just a load of shit. But that's just my personal opinion. It's always going to be Fort Sam to me. So yeah, the Navy and Air Force brought in all this money, and they built all these nice housing areas for the students who are there for medic school or anything medically related. And the last time I was there for leadership school, it was like I almost didn't recognize where I was. It looked so different. And there's so many people, so many students that they've had to put walkways over the roadways so that students can continue to march and traffic can continue to flow. Otherwise, nobody would ever get anywhere on post. So there's always people moving around. Alright, let's see how much farther we got to go. 20 miles are just zipping down. So we should keep an eye on that for just a moment. Sip my coffee. What's left of it. So tomorrow we will be in. What are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow we will be in the 170 Bravo, little Cessna prop plane, going from Coral Creek to Zephyr Hills in Florida. Should be a nice little flight down there. We're going to take off and 69 nautical mile trip from once we take off from Coral Creek. Lightning Saturday, we're going from Victorville to King City, and Sunday there is no stream. No streams at all. Nice quiet Sunday. Alright, so already our next waypoint is showing 37, almost 36 nautical miles to that. That's a quick run, and then once we get there, we'll see. I think we have another large chunk of distance. Should we get ready to put this thing on the ground nice and easy? In Edwards Air Force Base. Pretty good gas-wise. We're cruising at almost the speed of sound. Afterburners are kind of lit, but not fully. Yeah, I think we're making a good time. Everybody's enjoyed today's video. If you're watching it on the premiere on YouTube, thank you. Appreciate it. We will be streaming back on YouTube soon. So I'm gonna kind of think tomorrow and maybe Saturday we're just gonna do stuff on Twitch, so just to kind of allow maybe the knuckleheads will go find somebody else to harass. Not that I want that, but it doesn't seem like YouTube is that serious about I don't think now, the one thing you can't do you can't activate the ejector seat. because this would be the handle you pull that. All right, let's see where we're at now. Let's see what we have once we get to our nav point there. The thing with the piece, I spend more time on updates than playing. Yeah, I know, Nick. Well, and that's, I mean, the updates, yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. All right, so yes, 122 nautical miles to our next waypoint. And that is that one there. Pretty soon we should start to descend at some point. It's like you have to, yeah. Well, like the world updates, they usually announce, and unless there's a change, unless they discover some kind of a issue, like the day before, a few days before, or the morning of, then they'll delay it while they get to the bottom of the issue. The sim updates it's usually, because I think for sim update 10. The beta for that should be coming out, I think, here in the next week or two. And then it'll go through the beta process and everything, and then it'll get released. I think they're targeting that for July. So I know the beta's coming up, open for that very soon. But the world updates are, I think they try to stick to that schedule as best as possible. It's only changed if there's an issue that they discover. Today, I think we will finally see the most recent Flying Legends or Local Legends, the one that was supposed to come out last week with the update to Italy. The PC players, I think, got it. The Xbox players, because of all the issues with the Xbox, all that stuff was delayed. So, fingers crossed, we see something today. I don't know. It's very difficult to tell what switch it around. Some seats. There it is. But yeah, we'll see what happens tonight with the oh, 78 nautical miles. Boy, we've just been covering the distance fairly quickly. I like it. Last time we flew in the F-16, it was a bit of a... We were in Japan. Yeah, that was quite the adventure. Well, I do appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out today. Just only a couple viewers over here on Twitch. That's perfectly fine. I'd rather have that than the craziness that's been happening over on the tube of you. So, Mick, did you guys decide what you were going to do tonight? Would you care to share with the underlings, the serfs of your kingdom, or is it still a secret? Oh, okay. Nice. Sounds like fun. I will be joining Jody on the farm once we wrap this flight up. A little bit of farming action. I'll be joining her when she's ready to go. See if we can't get some more money in the bank. What I'm noticing, because I was starting out on the little farm, one of the 3 or 4 that you can start off with. And I bought a farm. It had sugar beets already planted, and then I planted some barley. And I've turned the seasons off because for whatever reason it always starts off like in the fall, like August, September-ish time frame. So that the whole seasons thing kind of perplexes me, because if the season as I try. If okay, so that is our. That's the one we're already working towards. Yes. Like the stuff, it says it's growing, but it's not. It doesn't look like it's growing. So that's what perplexes me, because I thought I checked all the stuff to make sure I, didn't have anything that was like keeping it from growing, or I don't know. It's very, very strange. But it looks good. Like the overall, I think it is a significant improvement to FS19 visually. The gameplay is just a little too odd. It's not as intuitive as FS19 was. It's almost like they really want you to play the seasons. So, and then you have to kind of, you have to plant your crops during a certain time, then you harvest it, but then it's like you have to condense your seasons into like 5 days or something very small. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting several months, and that's not a... Hello, Ryson, good morning. Doesn't make much sense to do that, I mean, unless you can do other jobs while you're waiting for your stuff to grow and be ready for harvest. But I think the casual players want stuff to happen a little bit quicker, All right, so we should be. We got 19 nautical miles to our third waypoint here. Third nav point, Watex. We should be crossing over into California here momentarily. I notice just watching the stream only on Twitch, it seems like it's not buffering like it was when I was streaming through Aircast over on the YouTube at the same time. I may have to go back to just streaming on Twitch and then putting the videos on YouTube later. But, which sucks. And I like that you can buy, like if you're starting out on a farm, you can buy used equipment just to get yourself going. And it's, but you just have to fix it up to but that's okay. But I like that idea. And you just keep checking that market. Pulled the trigger on a Logitech G Pro Flight yoke system. Will be here later on today. Nice. Very cool. All right, I think we need to start. We still got a bit more to go, I think. We won't start dropping altitude just yet. We don't want to. I think these next waypoints are going to be very close together. So there's no, we don't have an arrival portion of the flight. We have the flight, and then we have an ILS approach. Oh, we're going to hand fly in the ILS approach. see if we can land this thing without, which I think we'll be able to achieve. Yeah, I really would like to get a throttle and yoke system. I know I've been saying it, and it's just financially right now I can't afford it, but it's on the wish list, that's for sure. How soon the wish list will be fulfilled is anybody's guess. Four times production map and I lose track. Yeah. Yeah, it is one of those things that you can just do a bunch of stuff and next thing you know, you've spent hours and you're, oh, where did all the time go? But I like that it's, you know, if you're new, that you don't have to buy. Like if you start off like mid-level, you know, like not completely brand new, but you don't have any land, but you got like 1 point something million dollars. You can buy a lot of used stuff, or well, not a lot. You can at least find something to get you started used until you're able to afford something better. One of those cards, just out of curiosity. Oh, that's actually not too bad. That is not bad. That is not a bad price at all, really. Yeah, see, a lot of people say the Velocity 1 is the... Some people, I've heard mixed reviews about the Logitech one. Some people like it and other people are kind of like, yeah. I better start paying attention to what's going on here. You partake in the survival playthrough? No, I have not done that. Alright, we are on our way to AXARY. Yep. Alright, I think pretty soon we're going to start getting ready to land here. No, I know somebody, I think, who did it on FS19 once it was released there, but nah, that's probably a little more frustration than I want to deal with. I'm not that serious about my farming. Oh, 207. Oh, wait a minute. This is another large jump. Oh, okay. Good thing I didn't start dropping altitude. We still got a bit to go. I thought we were a little bit closer than, so good thing I checked. So what happened last time, what I didn't realize is these numbers here are the distances. So from AXARY to Alice is a 200 some odd nautical mile, almost 300 nautical mile distance between waypoints. And then from there, I think from Alice to Morri, Morri, that's another little bit of distance. And then from there, it's going to be pretty much all clumped together again. So let's see if we can go just. Go Mach 1? Will it let us? Nope. 0.99 is the limit. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can get the Mach. Doesn't seem. I heard the boom. Alright, we are just cruising along here. I thought maybe we were going to get there a little bit quicker. We still might. We still might. good thing I double checked that, so. Still just sipping gas. I think we've used all the fuel in the the 3 external tanks there. Just a little bit more. There we go. Now I think we just broke the sound barrier. That's sustainable for very long. Interesting. Let's see. We didn't put a huge dent in our distance to our next waypoint there. But we're making really good time, I think. We've been streaming for an hour and 21 minutes, which means we've probably been flying for about an hour 15-ish, maybe an hour 10, hour 15. But all the fun stuff's getting ready to happen here pretty soon. Part that everybody likes to see, the landing part. Alright, I think pretty soon, let's see, where are we at? 178. Alright, I think we're going to start dropping some altitude. I'm going to take a quick break again. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see, did I miss anything? Let's go ahead. 1,000 feet. Oh, there went the sound barrier. Heard it that time. And again, I think we scared the bejesus out of the people below us. Like, what was that? Ooh, 3 sound. Look at that. Oh, they're just breaking the sound barrier left, right, and center. See if we can get one more. Come on. Give us one more boom. Might have broke it. Alright, let's get this back to knots. Get this thing slowly back under control again. I think eventually we'll talk to LA Center. Yeah, because I think when we turn towards Edwards, either we'll talk to, yeah, it should be LA Center. All right. Well, thank you all once again for coming and hanging out today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the flight today. We'll be back tomorrow. In the classic Cessna 170B, going from Coral Creek to Zephyr Hills in Florida. Both airports are in Florida. Started 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK tomorrow. Ooh, I'm been muted. Oops, a daisy. Must have hit the button by accident. Alright. Oh crap. I did it again. Doggone it. Ah. Did it again. Man. Why I do that. Never a dull moment here. Alright, let's see what else we got left to do here. Still got a bit to go, but we're eating up that distance fairly quickly. I think the plane is doing that because we're probably going a little bit faster than we should at this altitude. Autopilot system is really kind of working overtime here to try to keep us on track. Minor adjustments the entire way, but it looks like we're kind of doing one of these wagging the wings. Look at that. Feel like it settles, but we also have a crosswind coming almost from the south. 10 knots. unbalancing the plane, I think. Alright folks, I'm going to set the controller down. I'll be right back. I need to walk around for a moment and stretch. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see how much farther we got. We're almost at 100 nautical miles. Probably need to slow down a little bit more here. Oh no, it's a hot mess, Mick. I wouldn't touch it. It's Captain Sim. It's you're basically flying outside. There's no like, it's not even a. There's no flight deck at all. It's yeah. I wouldn't. I wouldn't waste your time or money on it. Not at all. yeah, it was. It's just it's a money grab, unfortunately. Yeah, I wouldn't. Like I heard about it, and I was like, "Oh man, a C-130," and then when I heard who was releasing it, and then before, you know, it was like somebody got it, did a review, and they're like, it's just a hot mess. There's no flight deck, nothing. You're flying out here the entire time. So even if it was free, I would I would probably avoid it. Be like, yeah, no, thank you. Which is unfortunate, you know. But there are people who got it and they'll fly it. And, I mean, kudos to them if they enjoy it. It's just I'd rather be able to have a flight deck that is a reasonable facsimile of the real thing. There we go. All right, let's start slow. Ooh, that's too slow. That's too slow. All right. Yeah, it's just that I think part of it is, Mick, that the new players who only recently came into the sim, and it happened to me. You don't know who is a trustworthy sort of developer. Although the other thing too is kind of like what Skeptic Content was talking about a few days ago with the when we were in this 337. A trusted developer like a developer like Coronado has been kind of cutting some corners with the sounds and stuff like that. So they want to get the product out there. They can update the sound later. They just want to get the plane out there. But there are trusted developers who eventually kind of start. They feel the pressure to get more stuff out in the marketplace, and so they'll cut some corners. They'll whether it's graphically or with the sound, they'll start doing some things that you know most people are like, yeah, I can't. Why would I support that? So, but there are the cool thing is there's some folks out there on YouTube who will get the product. They'll pay the money or whatever, do an honest review of it, but it's that doesn't always reach a wider audience. And so, yeah, you unfortunately give money to developers who are suspect. And you don't know that they are until afterwards, and you're like, I just spent money on this plane and it's garbage. Is it our airport there? I don't think it is. Nope. So yeah, it's just that, and some people, even if you warn them about it, they'll say, "Well, I'm going to get it anyway, because why not?" you know. Okay, well then, please don't come into the forums complaining because you feel like you got ripped off, because you know, there's plenty of people out there that will give an honest opinion about something. That you know, to avoid certain things from certain developers. All right, we are almost there. I think our airport's going to be to our right. Niner. There we are. Get that corrected. But yeah, even it's strange that even sometimes the trusted developers will even fall apart in the name of the mighty dollar. And some developers will keep updating their stuff. You know, as soon as they release it, they're already working on fixes, and a lot of them will say, you know, we're aware of these issues, we're already working on those. So yeah, it's just that people don't want to do the research. They see it and they're like, ooh, it's all bright and shiny, it's new, I gotta have it. And then they're like, oh, why isn't this working like I thought it would? So yeah, if people spent the time and researched it, you know, join discords where people, you know, trust, they could ask, you know, like, hey, I'm thinking about this, what's the general consensus amongst the veteran flight sim community? Most of them have been around long enough to know who's generally a trusted developer, who's kind of shaky or not to be trusted at all. But I steer clear of the forums now because it's so, the emotions are so up and down on the forums. 1 minute everybody's singing the praises of the sim, 2 minutes later everybody's like, it's the worst thing ever. Why did I do this, and why do I even bother? You know, it's just like, well. You know, lots of people, and I know I've done it. I got fooled. I was like, "Ooh, man, this looks cool. I gotta get this." And yeah, and there's some developers who are still releasing new product out to the marketplace. It's getting approved, and they've not gone back and fixed any of their previous stuff at all. So I won't, even if their new stuff is working, I won't buy it from them because they haven't gone back and fixed their old stuff. So. But I'm hoping, it'd be nice if today the F-15 gets its updates. It definitely needs some. But I think they were set to release them, and now they had to go back and fix it. So it may not be this week, but maybe next week or two. Because I'm really looking forward to getting the F-15 back in the air. All right, we're almost there. We're getting there. Took a little longer than I thought it would. And I think that's because we had a headwind most of the way, and even despite speeding up, it still didn't really help us any. That's okay. We are on the ground momentarily, and we will wrap this up. Call it a day. Airport should be, our runways should be over there somewhere. I couldn't imagine. I knew somebody who was stationed at Edwards, and I was like, oh. I can't, I mean, if you want to go out and save money, although LA's not far from here, if you want to go to LA, but if you want to be stationed somewhere where you're not going to spend a lot of money, I guess Edwards would be one of those places. Alright, there's our waypoint. I'm going to hang a left turn here. right. Yeah, she was a meteorologist for the Air Force. It sounds like a fascinating job, quite honestly. All right, we are runway 23. Okay. I don't know why it just skips. All right, folks, you know what time it is. I'm going to turn the laptop to the side. 2981. Oh, look at that. It's already set up for us. Look at that. If I hit approach mode, what will happen? Ooh, it actually locked in. Wow. Okay. I think it's... Oh, wow, it's actually locked in. Well, that's a surprise. There we go. Well, we'll let this take us all the way. The tractor beam is engaged, surprisingly. I didn't know that it was if it was gonna work or not, but there we are. You can even see on the very bottom there of the HUD it says URLIS. So yeah, it worked. Winner, winner, chicken frickin' dinner. I like it. All right, feels like we are a little bit off. Yeah, we're not completely on the center line. We're to the left of it. Yep, I can see it now. So we weren't exactly lined up, but that's okay. We got it corrected. The approach mode got us pretty close enough for government work. All right, there we are. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, I'd like to welcome you to Edwards Air Force Base, California. Local time is 6:54 in the morning. We know and understand and appreciate the fact that you have so many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures. We are glad that you chose to fly with us today. Do join us tomorrow. We will be... Yeah, I'm getting there. We'll be in the Cessna 170B in Florida. Yep. My ATC or my co-pilot stopped working. My co-pilot might have passed out.
General Aviation parking hold on, Delta 148.
We'll see if somebody's over here waiting for us. I think that's somebody waiting for us there. Or is that the fuel stand? That looks like the fuel stand. Well, I think maybe over there. So we're not getting the lines that tell us where to go. I think we're just going to park it right here. Matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll put it Yeah, I think this is a good spot right here. And there we go. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Not too shabby. A little bit longer than I thought it would be, but we did okay. That will wrap things up for today, folks. I do greatly appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed today's flight. And we will be back tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK in the Cessna 107B. Let's just make sure Twitch catches up here before we end the stream. I do hope everybody enjoys the rest of our Thursday morning, afternoon, evening. early Friday, depending on where you are in the world. Take care. Peace. Live long and prosper.